action. Now it's Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. It's brought in by Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On 2nd down and 4, Jones. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
What an advantage having an elite guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game, that they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why I decided to go for it there.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
The Bills at 500 at 6-6, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. To the air, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he's got some space here. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That good for 22 and a first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Bills go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just get back to score.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Now Jones. Out to his left. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left. And I thought maybe he'd think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead. Finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on 3rd down.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit, but the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. On the move past the 40. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On play action, Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Fielded at the 33. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen, and Diggs has it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run good for 24 yards. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's going to air one out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Pats are going to have it here at their own 15. He's certainly not been afraid to to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
On 2nd and 9, Jones got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Take it at the 37. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw, it's Allen. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Yards that time on the punt, and the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. On second down, Cook. Showed that brute strength, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the off. Towards a bit.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Now Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen to throw once more. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Patriots are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And over the middle, this is Parker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing, Jones. Open man, the tight end, Henry. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. This is intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So after the INT, it's Allen. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Allen. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And again, it's Allen. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Allen now looks to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Throwing now is Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 19. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the 22, Jones going deep here for Parker. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the 27, Allen. Over the middle, it's complete. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Bills. A great effort there. 73 yards. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd and 10, Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Back to throw again. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Down to about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, There just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense. No gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen from the gun on third down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was open.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception. I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
Touchdown! Stephon Diggs, 30 yards. And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the... And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bills have recovered.
And in our meeting with the special teams coordinator, we asked him, what's your philosophy on bringing the ball out? Do you give him a red light? Do you keep him in? Green light, let him go? Let's see if he changes from green light to red light after that costly error.
Yeah, you know what I remember from that meeting? He brought donuts.
I like him.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
but he's not happy right now.
No, don't tell everyone how many I had.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They run it again with Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Allen going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Open man here, the tight end, Henry. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on fourth down. They'll look to throw again. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
To throw again on second down. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 25-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Throwing Jones. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun. Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kaiir Elam makes a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense